Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a different sort of... Hartford, Connecticut got it this week. Review. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Happy Fragrant Friday to you. And in the U.S., in 2 days, on Sunday, we have Father's Day. So first of all, happy Father's Day to you. And second of all, let me know if in your country, Father's Day is a different date. It's not always the same everywhere. So please let me know if you have a different Father's Day, what date that is, and that would be cool to know. Either way, happy Father's Day to all. And this episode is going to be different because I have a few announcements. Then I have I'm going to talk a little bit about the fragrance, just a little bit. Then I have a milestone update. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my traditional one fragrance review as part of my bonus feature. So I'm reversing the order essentially in this episode. So if you follow me each week, you know I usually do a review on one fragrance. And then after that, I always have a bonus feature, which I love because usually it's my bloopers, but oftentimes it's some sort of tangent that I've gone on. I've told you before, I refuse to use a script. I don't like those. I just don't like reading. I don't like it as a viewer, and I didn't like to do it when I've tried for this channel. So usually I will find myself going on some unneeded tangent, and in editing I will take that out and put that as part of the bonus feature. This time though, it's going to be different because the actual review of this fragrance will be the bonus feature. So either stick it out if you'd like to see a full review of this fragrance, either stick it out and make it until I start the bonus feature, or simply just go down, look at the chapters, and go to directly now to the bonus feature. Okay, so let me start off by saying that this week, of course, like I said, we're celebrating Father's Day coming up on Sunday, and I have decided that all week I was going to wear this one. A couple of things to remark about the name. It's Black is Black, but if you're an AC/DC fan, you will know that I'm guaranteeing you I will trip over the name at some point in this episode and say Back in Black. So it is Black is Black. You could have a drinking game every time I say, I don't know, something. It's not Back in Black, it's Black is Black. And the reason why I wanted to do this week was my daughter got me this for Christmas. And more importantly, of course, she used her own money to get this gift for me for Christmas. So I wanted to bust this one out this week. I still have one more atelier left, but I wanted to switch gears here and bust out this one and give it the full review and the props that it deserves. So first and foremost, I'm very appreciative of it because it is a Christmas gift from my daughter with her own money. Okay, so that is just as impressive. So the second thing I wanted to talk about is, look, you're getting emotional. I can tell. You've seen the description, so you already know anyway. You're getting emotional. Don't start crying, because then I will too. Yep. Now, it finally happened. At a turtle's pace, I have made, in fact, in classic That Cologne Guy style, I still, at time of recording, haven't quite made it. So, over this weekend, at a turtle's pace, after many years and 31 episodes, I will have finally made it to the 100,000 view mark. It took me a long time. Should I even celebrate something that, Instagram bikini models get per hour? I don't know if I should. Should I? I mean, what the hey? 100,000 views over the years. I've said it before. I knew coming into this that it was going to remain a very small channel for many reasons, actually. And one is, of course, I am not sponsored. And when you're not sponsored, you don't get full bottles sent to you. You can't really do giveaways, and it's incredibly difficult. Second thing is, I like the fact that my reviews are unbiased and objective and for people on a budget because, quite frankly, I am. And so that's the way I kind of attack the review review. I'm not really the infomercial promotional type. It's just not my thing, which is really not the norm on YouTube. So I knew going in that I was going to remain kind of a cult following. I'm essentially the Rocky Horror Picture Show of cologne reviewers. No, I'm kidding. I do appreciate you watching me each week, though, because it is a different sort of channel, and I wanted it to be that way. I've kept it the same format essentially over the years, and I really enjoy what I have done. I can't believe that I have been able to sample well over 200 of the world's finest fragrances. That is just amazing to me that I've been able to do that. And I thank you for following me, supporting me, and leaving comments, interacting, and helping me improve the channel over the years, with the one exception, of course, of the lighting. It's still awful. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much, especially to those who watch me each week, and for the 18 of you who actually make it to the bonus feature at the very end. I do appreciate that very much. So this is a special episode for me because it is Father's Day, which of course goes out to the fathers, the stepfathers, the foster fathers, the fur baby fathers, the uncles, the volunteers for Big Brother, anything. Any way that Father's Day is related to you, happy Father's Day to you. So I wanted it to be a Father's Day special. Obviously, I had saved this one specifically for this week because I really, really wanted to enjoy this one because it was special and it was given to me by my daughter for Christmas, as I said. Okay, so that is the first thing, the first order of business. The second thing, of course, is at a turtle's pace. I have made it to the 100,000 view. I won't tell you how many subscribers, and I won't tell you how many people. Really, that means about 90,000 people accidentally clicked on it and went, "Oh, no," but who cares? We're going to just celebrate the 100,000 views for what it is. I really appreciate everything. And as I said, I'm going to end this now. I just wanted to check in and wish you the best for this weekend. Hope you have a lot of things planned. And if not, I wanted to celebrate the milestone. And the second thing is stick around for the bonus feature because I will give a full review of this fragrance in about 30 seconds. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature, which of course will be the full review of Black is Black. I really trip over that one. A couple interesting things to note for the box. Number one is, notice it says in English and French, it says For Men and Parfums. I don't think I have ever seen a box that has both For Men and Parfums on it. So that's kind of cool. The other thing that's interesting, I don't think I've ever seen this, is do you have any boxes that actually have an expiration on it? Because this one actually has an expiration date. Usually it's it says DOM, probably date of made. It says 7/21. You can see the DOM. And so it was made in 21. That's the batch code. And then it actually has an expiration date on it, which is 7/26. So I need to start burning through this. So that is one thing that's really, really unique about this one. It's also from a company called Nu Parfums. I have not reviewed a fragrance from this company, but certainly I have a feeling like this is a dupe of something, but I will talk about that in a minute. So just straight out of the box. Sorry. Just straight out of the box, we have some interesting things to note about the box. And now let's get to the bottle. This is another one that's a little funky when it comes to the ergonomics. So black is black, and notice that it is an eau de parfum. And I must tell you, I'm surprised. It doesn't. It definitely performs like an EDT. I would have never have imagined. Does it say it on the front? Actually, you know what's interesting? Wait a minute. It says on the interesting here. It says EDT on the front. Okay, I'm confused. And then on the bottom of the bottle it says it's an EDT/EDP. So I don't know what that means. Yeah, eau de toilette, eau de parfum. How can it be both? I'm not really sure. And on the box it says eau de toilette. Does it say anything else? I might have to write them or something. Email them, write them. That's bizarre, but I wanted to point that out. Either way, this absolutely performs like an EDT. That's all I'm going to say. EDT all the way. Very surprised on this and also on the box. So the second thing is on here is it's not bad, I guess. I just at times I'm not a fan of the kind of weird ergonomics of some of these bottles. It's actually not as bad as I'm making it out to be, but you do have to kind of grab it in a certain position. So if you're using this one every day, you'll get used to picking it up and spraying it. Otherwise, though, it can be a little quirky on the design. I'm not a fan of the design at all. That said, you can see here that it works quite well. The atomizer is good. I'll give you a spray. Boom. And a lot is emitted. So I'm happy with the amount. I'm just not a fan of the quirky bottles. It's just me though. Other reviewers are not going to say that. I'm assuming. I'm just nitpicky and annoying. Okay, so that is the atomizer, quite good. It originally had some leakage, and it was catching. It was had a real cheap feel to it. It was kind of catching every time I sprayed, but that went away after the first day. So hey, no problems there. No leaking either, as you can see. We're all good. So I'm happy with that, because at first I thought, oh no. Now, as far as the notes goes, this is, I'm reading them, but I'll just tell you, this is one of those guaiac wood, vanilla, musk combinations. This one is definitely more about the base. It's all about that base. Sorry. And then the top notes are grapefruit, lemon, and basil, but I'm reading that. I would have gotten grapefruit. I would not have gotten lemon and basil. To me, this is more of a grapefruit fragrance. Same thing with the heart. In the mid, it says rose. I would not have picked up rose or jasmine, actually. For me, it's definitely a guaiac wood. It's all about the base. It is. The guaiac wood, vanilla, and musk. I feel like you can really not go wrong with that combination, personally. I don't pick up jasmine or rose. I just don't pick it up. Same way with lemon. I get more of a grapefruit to it. I know it's much different than mango, but I almost felt like this was kind of similar to Polo Double Black. It's a dupe of something. I just can't quite figure out which one. Kenneth Cole, maybe Black. Kenneth Cole Black. That's a really good one, actually. It's certainly not. It's not the most original, but it is very, very nice. So those are the notes, and I wanted to point those out. I didn't catch the year or the parfum because this one is not listed on Fragrantica. In fact, in my daughter's honor, maybe later on today, I will. In Fragrantica, if there's not one listed, you can fill out a form, and they will eventually put it on there. So I will make sure that this weekend, in celebration also of the 100,000 views, that I add Black is Black on Fragrantica. So let's get down to gender. This is another one where this one is about, I would say this is clearly a masculine release, and I would say it is. I mean, it's got rose and jasmine, but I didn't really pick that up. So I would say 80-20. I would say 80% will be men and 20% will be women, as far as people who actually own it, wanted it. It's their signature scent. And now age. Here's what I think about this. I think this would be a wonderful fragrance for a young guy. I think this would be a good first fragrance, actually. I think this would be another one that would be great for middle schoolers, high schoolers, college. I do. It's a good starter fragrance. It's kind of no one will dislike it. It's one of those, like I said, I mean, who doesn't like, vanilla, musk, and guaiac wood in the base? I mean, it's a no-lose situation. I'm assuming it's not niche. I'm assuming it's not incredibly expensive. And so I'm going to say this would be a great first fragrance for somebody. So I'm going to say that's age would be, like 13 on up. And then the second real group too that would work well with this one is somebody. When I think of this fragrance, I also think of older guys, but that don't really have a collection, and they just want to wear one fragrance, right? They just have one per year, or whatever. They just wear it until it's gone, and then they get another one as a gift. They don't have a collection. They just want to wear the same one each time. Maybe not even every day, but they just want one thing for a special event. This would work well for that. This would work very well for somebody for a Father's Day gift, actually, that doesn't have a collection. So you know how some guys will just have one and they just wear it, and then when it's out, they kind of throw out a few hints, and then they get it for Christmas or Father's Day or their birthday, another bottle. This one would be for that person. I think this would be great for someone like that because it smells really, 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 really nice. And then what I also like about it is it's a heavier fragrance, but it's interesting because it's heavier in the sense of like it's probably more for fall, winter. It's a darker fragrance. But it doesn't project a ton, and it doesn't last a long time. But you can I don't care for that, but you can flip that and make that into something good. So again, for the guy out there who's not wearing a lot of fragrance anyway, he's kind of lukewarm on it. This would be perfect for him because he can put it on, and 3 or 4 hours later, it's not going to clear out a room, and it's also going to stay relatively close to the skin, and he might not even be able to smell it after 2 or 3 hours, which is, if some guys don't like to smell their own fragrance, right? They don't like it, so it's not natural to them. So this would be perfect for that crowd as well. So we're going to say 13 and up on age, and then I would say if this is feminine, this is masculine, this is unisex. This one is right here. This one is quite clearly in the for men or masculine range in terms of its marketing. A woman could pull this off. Like I said, listen to the notes: jasmine, rose, vanilla, lemon, grapefruit. So there's nothing, basil. I mean, there's nothing necessarily, quote unquote masculine about those notes. But then you bring in the guaiac wood, and I just think it would work better on a men's skin. So I think it's an 80-20 split on gender, 13 and up for age. And then the seasons would be, this is clearly a fall-winter fragrance. Again, I don't know if I would wear it in the cloying heat, and yet again, you're looking at the very person who has been doing that all week, and I did fine with it. I would just say that it didn't last as long as I thought, but I certainly have enjoyed wearing it, and it's been in the 90s here, upper 80s, and it certainly has not been cloying. So it's associated with the fall and the winter. I wouldn't associate this with the spring or the summer, but it wore nice for me. It actually wore very nice, and so there you go. This would be another one. That's what I'm saying, is like for some guy who just wants to grab fragrance for every special occasion he has about once a month. This is perfect for that. So fall, winter association, but could wear in spring and summer. And then when it comes to the projection, longevity, and sillage, that's why this sticker is confusing, because this is definitely an EDT. This is definitely an EDT, and as far as longevity, I was a little bit disappointed with the with it. I got about 5 to 7 hours. I can't say I got a full 8-hour shift on this thing. And I even sprayed, a lot and on my shirt, and I still wasn't able to get to the finish line, which for me is the 8-hour mark. We're going to go 5 to 7, closer to 5 on longevity. I personally would have liked more, but again, I'm thinking for the people out there who don't like a ton of fragrance or to even smell their own on them, that's going to work well for them. All you need to know, it's definitely an EDT. It's not an EDP, or at least it performs like an EDT, and you're looking at 5 to 7 hours, closer to 5. And then projection would be, maybe maybe an arm's length bubble around you for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then after that, it really starts to settle in and get close to the skin. Sillage coming in on the rooms. If you spray on your clothes and you take this to a party and you're walking past people and in and out of rooms, you might get noticed for the first 2.5 hours. But I feel like this is more of an intimate fragrance. This is more of a date night. It's not really going to garner a lot of compliments from people when you walk past them after about the 2 hour mark, because I just don't see it getting picked up. It's unique because it smells. It's a winter fragrance. Usually they last a long time. They really project. They almost go, beast mode. This one is kind of interesting because it's a light fragrance with darker associated notes. So unique, and a lot of people will certainly like that. You guys know me, though. I like to get 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 hours plus on my fragrances. That's why I like things like Mancera, because they last so long. Amouage and on down the line. This is Nu Parfums. I'm assuming, it's a designer, and I have a feeling, let me know if you have this one, if you think it's a clone or a dupe of something. I feel like it's similar to Double Black by Polo Double Black, Ralph Lauren. And I also feel like it's got some Kenneth Cole Black in it, which is a very, very nice designer cheapy fragrance that garners a lot of compliments. And so this one is a no-lose situation. And it just smells very, very nice. So my review, here's what I would have said. This is going to be in my rating system. Out of 5 sprays, this is a 3. I was tempted to give it. I was tempted to give it 2 because it does not last as long as it should. But I'm going to say that this one is a 3 out of 5 sprays for this fragrance because I like it's not original, but then there's nothing about it that someone wouldn't like unless they just simply don't like fragrance. Okay. The second thing is I really wish that this one had lasted a lot longer in the projection and the sillage, and so I have to dock at least 1 point for that. So there's 1, and then I also have to dock a point for, I guess lack of originality, but I have to dock a point too for their lack of clarity on this whole EDT/EDP oddity. That's kind of strange. And then of course, you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of the bottle. It's really not that bad though ergonomically. I don't know. It doesn't really do much for me on the bottle. That said, though, I have to recognize that it smells very, very nice. Very nice indeed. In fact, this is another one that you could layer with aftershave, and that would be really, really nice. I like that about this fragrance. I have some fragrances that you have to wear fragrance-free deodorant and fragrance-free aftershave so that you can really just celebrate that fragrance. This is not one of those. This is one of those that will combine very well with deodorant, body sprays, or aftershave. And I like that about this one a lot. It's quite adaptable. It's flexible. It's amenable. And so there you go. It has a lot of pluses. So, I'm going to dock a spray for the whole EDT, EDP thing, maybe lack of originality as well. And then I'm going to dock a spray as for the lack of projection, longevity, and sillage. Other than that, that's about all I can come up with. A very fine release. When I really look at this as something, as I said, like this would be a middle school dance, a high school prom, first time you got your driver's license, or that go-to college fragrance if you're on a budget. And then, of course, the other side would be for Father's Day, the guy that just has one bottle, uses it till it's gone, and then everyone around him frantically searches for something to buy him so that he has at least one bottle in his collection. And I think this would be great because, again, it has to be relatively cheap. And then number 2 is it's just one of those fragrances that it would be hard to dislike. Okay, so there you have it. Another review by the boards. We had a lot to go over today. Father's Day, the 100,000 view milestone, and a full review of Black is Black. And I think I made it through the whole episode without saying Back in Black. So Black is Black this week. I have really enjoyed, for many reasons, of course, the fragrance and the sentimental reasons. I have really enjoyed wearing this fragrance this week. It's been fun to step away from the ateliers for a while anyway, but also because of the fact that this was a Christmas gift and it was important to honor this one with its own review. You have a great week. I hope you are doing well. And always remember, my friends, because I'm going to do it a second time, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody.